And apparently we're live. I almost missed the cue. Once again, coming to you from both behind and in front of the camera. This is live from Keeler Gardens. I'm Gina, nice to see you again. We're waiting right now. We take the first couple minutes to let people get their notifications. Hello, Sue, you got your notification before even Ed did. Oh, Ed, Sue beat you to it, yay! So welcome to you both. And as a little aside for everyone who didn't already get their notification, please like us and follow us on Facebook so you'll get notifications too when it's time to watch us. Hey Peggy, nice to see you. Peggy is part of our Chicago Excellence in Gardening Awards message today. So let's see, we've got a lot to talk about today, a lot to cover. So, well, hello there, Dr. Kafar mums to me, she's my mom. We have many things, and we have her match to reference today too. So we'll start today, and what we're going to talk about today is, as you can see in the title, is how we build community with trees. So we talk about nature in general and all different aspects of it and how you can connect. And today we wanted to specifically talk about trees and why trees are so important. So I'm going to include a nice little article that sort of sums up what we're talking about today, and I'll put that in the comments later. I'm leaning down because I'm getting eaten alive out in the evening. So let's start with what trees do. So the value of trees, obviously, their function on the planet is to sequester carbon. They pull it out of the air. They release oxygen. They actually clean the air when they do this. They pull crap out of the air, particles and bad stuff out of the air, and pump out wonderful oxygen. They pull the CO2 out of the air. And they also not only filter air, but they filter water. So they control flooding. The root system takes up gallons and thousands of gallons of water to prevent that water from going down the sewer system and overloading our sewer systems. So trees just on the planet alone, are an amazing natural part of what happens with air and water, and how we can feel differently and be differently. So this article mentioned that there's actually, they've calculated it out, that a tree actually can save one life per year. And I'm not sure if it was one tree or if it was trees in general. I can't remember. But they're referencing these cumulative studies that show that people are actually healthier in areas where there are trees. Morbidity, deaths from respiratory and heart disease are also lower. So these are things that matter with respect to how trees clean the air and clean the water. Now, just by being around trees, by taking a walk in the forest, sitting under a tree, there is a true and data proven connection to your mental health, and also to, for example, your recovery. So if you're lying in a hospital bed, or if you're at home recovering, and you can even view a tree out your window, or let's say you have a mural or a picture, it makes a difference in your recovery time and in your mental health. So let's see, there's many more to think about here. So the next really big one, I saw the sign that said trying to reconnect. I hope that we didn't lose the connection. The next really big one is that trees actually are shown when in areas with trees, there is less crime. And that is believed to be connected to the calming effect that trees have. That's believed to be connected to the cooling effect that trees have. That's actually one thing I didn't mention in the other natural function of trees. They actually cool the air, cool the space. So that calms you, that makes you feel better. And remember how I mentioned that our mental health improves? So we make better decisions. And also it builds community trust. Areas that have trees, people spend time outside, they know their neighbors. I've mentioned this in general in the past. So this is something incredible that trees do. And yes, we're talking about plant a tree, but we're also talking about a movement of trees. Not moving trees, but a movement where we're trying to I'm so sorry, I'm just distracted. It says your voice very clear in relation to speaker. I don't know what that means. Does that mean talk louder, or you can hear me just fine? So we're going to go with, I'm going to talk a little louder so you can hear me better. What we're trying to do with trees is we're trying to educate on how these differences are so important and vital for communities, and how when we're looking at a space or community planning or requirements, how do we get city requirements and village requirements and just like someone has to walk in and approve your plumbing and your electrical and to make sure that your windows are sound and your roof is sound. How do we get communities to get on board with, well, you don't have enough trees on this property, or your block doesn't have enough trees for this community, or you're building a park, you need this many trees, or you're building a parking lot? Well, you're going to have to add some trees. So that's what we're trying to, oh, hi Gina, I didn't see you there. You're visiting with us also. Nice to have you visit. So that's what we're trying to discuss here, that yes, we want you to plant a tree, but we also are talking about changing whole communities because of canopy and tree and building community. And how do we do that? How do we get whole communities on board with this? And we're just going to keep teaching and teaching and showing off until we can get enough people on board. And if we have to come to your community and talk about it, we will. Keeler Gardens, that's what we're here for. I know that Peggy was involved in the Morton Arboretum's Regional Tree Commission. I don't know the name of the title of it. Peggy, if you're still on and you want to type that into the comments. The Morton Arboretum has a whole push for trees. They had this wonderful talk a while back, just study after study about how you can see the footprint, the heat print of areas that are Regional Tree Initiative, thank you. When you look at satellite data, you can see that the hot places are the places that have less tree canopy, and not coincidentally, but in conjunction, have higher crime rates. So someone is also posting about how trees help with shade in summer, and something very interesting about trees with shade in summer. So on the south side of a house, where the sun beats down on the south side of a house, okay, in the summertime, your deciduous, that's the kind of tree that loses its leaves, your tree will shade your house and offer a cooling effect, not just when you're outside, but for your actual house and for your energy usage. But what's nice about that is that in the winter then, that south-facing house, although sun isn't as powerful or as strong in the winter, because your leaves have fallen, that sun helps warm your house. So again, another way that trees work in conjunction. Now, we are fortunate here in our area that we can say that because we have deciduous trees. But the areas that need shade all the time obviously don't care about that because they don't want the shade to go away because it's too hot. So I've talked about all these different concepts about why it's so important to have trees, and I'm checking my notes because I had a lot on my list. I don't remember what that last one is. I squeezed this all into it. In case we are, the internet is getting choppy, so in case we lose you. So, oh, and the last thing, that's one of the most important things, is that trees provide habitats. How could I forget that one? Oftentimes there's a question on when, thank you Peggy for adding more information. Often there's questions on what to do with trees when they get too big or when they're dying or this or that. Obviously we want safety first, but there are situations where if there's no risk, there's no safety issue, leave the tree alone. Think about all the things that are living in that tree and all the houses it makes for all these different animals. So that's the story of trees coming to you from Keeler Gardens. And I will remind everyone again, Keeler Gardens is here to educate and offer information, opportunities, and a connection with nature. Our goal here is to really show everyone, offer everyone, teach everyone, bring to other neighborhoods this connection with nature so we can all have these really great benefits to our communities. Thank you, Gina, for sticking around. Just two more things I want you to know, Gina, before you go. CEGA, CEGA, or Chicago Excellence in Gardening Awards. Peggy is here with us. She's part of that group. Please, 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 just choose to do a video and put your own garden, even if it's one tree, put your own garden up on the Chicago Excellence in Gardening Award videos. We want to we want to make this, we want to show people how important green spaces are. I think Ed and I are going to do ours tomorrow, and then we'll walk you through it on Thursday. Walk you through the steps onto how to upload your video onto the Chicago Excellence in Gardening Awards website. Our post from yesterday has all their links and their Facebook page and everything. And then we also want to mention again, thank you, Dr. Cafaro, for your match. Dr. Cafaro is matching every donation that we get to our fundraiser that's pinned to the top of our page. You can donate right through Facebook. They don't charge us anything. We get everything that you donate goes right to Keeler Gardens. And Dr. Michaela Cafaro has offered to match up to $500. And if your employer is willing, maybe your employer would also match. So your dollar turns into $2, which could turn into $3 or $4, depending on how you do the calculations. So thank you everyone for sticking around and listening to us talk and chat. If you have any questions or you want any more information, I am Gina at KeelerGardens.org. So we like to do what's called #StickAround, and that's basically, at this point, if you guys want to go, you can. But we'd love for you to stick around and get a little something special. We didn't do a What's in Bloom tour this week because we had so much to talk about. So we're doing this truncated version where I sit in front of flowers that would have been on our What's in Bloom tour. And so we're going to point those out to you today. So I don't know if you can see this beauty or not, and I'm not sure if you can zoom in, but there'll be a picture of this on Instagram either today or tomorrow. This is a Michigan lily. This is the native lily. It's like Lilium michiganensis or something. I don't know the Latin name, but it's the native lily to our area. And I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to try to pull it closer. It actually grows in this sort of like hanging down shape, and it's speckled like a leopard or something. It's just phenomenal. It's just gorgeous. So you'll see some close-ups of that. And then, I don't know if I'm pointing right, there's like a little like pinkish purple one like right here. This is called Pugster, I think it is the name, the cultivar name. It's a butterfly bush. And this one is so precious. I'll have to take a close-up. It looks like purplish pink, but the centers have a hint of orange to them, and it's for the butterflies, and it smells like honey. It's just wonderful. So that's 2 of our What's in Bloom for today, and then we'll have more on that for you tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll have more about this topic of building your community with your connection to nature. So show us your connection to nature. Do your video for SIGA, for Chicago Excellence in Gardening Awards. Thank you everyone for joining us. I'm so glad the information was valuable and everybody found it so exciting, and that we could all get on the same page and, you know, rah trees. And then we will see everyone tomorrow with our next installation. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.